Recycle.gi, part of the El Martillo Group, signed what the government described as a historic agreement to build a much-needed waste management facility last year. This includes a state-of-the-art plant at the site of the former incinerator. It will convert waste into energy, which will then be fed directly into Gibraltar's local power grid. It would also reduce Gibraltar's dependence on waste export to Spain, as well as boost recycling rates while reducing pollution. Its construction will be done in 2 phases. Phase 2 will see the building of the waste energy incineration. But Phase 1 establishes the core operational infrastructure for the site and will operate as a standalone materials recovery facility focused on the reception, segregation, processing, storage and export of waste and recyclable materials. No incineration or energy from waste processes are included within this phase.
So there's a building 1, which is at the entrance, which is an tipping hall. This is where municipal waste would arrive and be delivered. This then goes through a sorting plant that is both mechanized, robotic, as well as a manual picking. This is to remove all elements of recyclables, and this then terminates, which we call the pit, which was where the previous pit existed as already for the incinerator, which would be where waste is then kept as part of this phase being transported to Spain, but also so that in future, in building 4, we can what is to be the second phase of the project, which would be the waste to energy incinerator, which we will submit separately and which will go through a separate EIA screening procedure as well. There's a smaller building at the back, which is the cardboard baler, and there's a small building which we call Building 5, which is the substation that sits closer to Europa Advance Road.
As regards the exterior, the developers gave reassurances to the DPC that the colours would blend in with the surroundings and would be built with glass fibre reinforced concrete to withstand its exposure to the natural environment. Concerns were raised by the Environmental Safety Group about the size and massing of the project. However, the Town Planning Department considered that the scale was justified by the operational requirements and its strategic benefit. Heritage and archaeology considerations were considered to be capable of being addressed. However, in terms of geology and cliff stability, a geotechnical assessment has identified areas that require further inspection. As for odour, dust, noise, traffic management and fire risk, these will require assessments and plans which would need to be submitted before the plant becomes operational. Waste handling will take place within an enclosed building. The ESG's Janet Howitt said the plant was well overdue.
Obviously, this is really badly needed. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we really needed a modern facility, the pit, as you call it. You know, we are really feeling the weight of managing our waste in Gibraltar. It is a huge issue. So the sooner this new plant is up and running, it cannot come sooner.
Now that full planning permission has been given, the developers say the project could be operational in months rather than years.